Hi, this is Candice Gilhooly, and I'm here again today to speak to another team who was part of our Women in Code Bounty Hack with the Reach platform and Algorand. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How is everyone today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So would you please introduce yourself, tell me your name, tell me a little bit about you as a developer, tell me where you live in the world.
Do you want to go first?
Hello, I'm Kaveri Priya Putti, and I'm from India, but I study in Singapore. I study computer science, and I'm 19 years old. But yeah, this is my sister, Kinnera.
Should I go next? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Kinnera Priya Putti. I am also from India. I currently live in Frankfurt, where I work as an Android developer. So I've had about 4 years of experience now with Android development. I also did iOS and React Native before this. So I consider myself more of a mobile developer right now. And like she said, we're sisters. We thought this was a good thing to do together.
I think that's fantastic. Your sisters, you did it together. Was this your first experience trying something out on the blockchain?
Yes.
Okay.
Not mine. I've worked on the blockchain before. I've built like NFTs on other blockchain platforms, but working on Reach was a first.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about what project that you worked on and why you picked it?
So our project is called Rainbow Rage. So the Vibjar colors, the colors of the rainbow, and they sound easy, right? But you'd have to think again because it's not your average rainbow. It's more of a spot the difference game where you have to identify the colors that are switched in the rainbow order. So it's a very fast and furious race that you can play with your friends to straighten out those rainbows and grab the colors. Yeah. We just thought it'd be a really fun game to play with your friends. And yeah.
Okay. And okay, so you told me describes it why you picked it. Now, let me ask you, do you feel that are there any real world implications where you feel like something like this could be translated or evolved or crafted into something to address real world issues?
It wasn't the idea of the game as we went through it, because we were really thinking about it was our first time doing Reach, and so we were really thinking about how we could implement the concepts that we learned in the tutorial. But as for real world concepts, we think that with games like a lot of these games which are non-random, it makes sense to make sure that players aren't cheating. Both of us grew up cheating. We know each other's tells, but when we play online, it's really hard to tell when someone's cheating. And I think that using blockchain to be able to do that and make sure that cheating is reduced is great. And so I think that's the real world application we were thinking about.
Okay. Okay. So I always like to say unlimited time, unlimited money. What would you create on the blockchain?
Recently, I've been looking a lot into DeFi applications.
Okay.
And I think if I had unlimited time and money, I would actually build something that would help the more underprivileged to like, especially in the case of payday loans, people don't have collateral or they just have bad credit, which is why we don't like the entire concept of centralized finance. But if we could come up with a way of maybe collectivizing or just pooling capital to be able to help people come up with collateral or giving them loans in a very decentralized way would be a good way to help people with the blockchain.
It's great. I like that. You know, extending a hand to help lift others is it's a good place. It's a good way to be.
Kaveri was in a finance class recently where she was writing an essay about decentralized applications, decentralized finance. And I think just talking about that, we were discussing a lot about what the issue is and how it could be solved. And I think that's where the idea kind of sprung from.
Okay. Okay. I like that. Okay. So you both can answer it. What is your pitch as to why you should win the Community Choice Award?
Okay, I can go first. We think that in the last few years, it's been a difficult time, and the best way that we've come together and sort of kept contact, because we're all in different parts of the world at this point. Even if we're in the same city, it's really hard to get together. And I think we've been playing games to keep in contact, keep that thing alive, to keep the friendship alive, relationship alive, whatever it is. And I think with online games, which where we come together, I think this is a great way to make sure that you're not constantly fighting on games. It's a good way to make sure you're all playing fairly and you're spending time getting to know each other. And I think that's why we should get this for the community, because that's the best way to do it.
It's a very cute game. It's a very fun game. Should definitely try playing it sometime.
No, but it's true. I mean, I know a lot of people who got really into games. I mean, you know, if it was all of a sudden like people started whipping out board games again, like, you know, they had to come up with something to constantly, you have to entertain yourself. You can only just, you know, watch, you know, Bridgerton like 12, 13 times before you have to do something else. So let me ask you, would you recommend our bounty hack to your friends?
Absolutely. I think it's a great way to sort of learn together, learn something new. I'm sure that even people who know blockchain, like Kaveri, for example, this is a different experience. And I think definitely a lot of scope to be better, to know more. And definitely once there are more tutorials, I think there's more scope to be able to understand how things are going and what we could do to make it better, more complicated, more interesting. I think, yeah, it's a great way.
I think it'd be great if like more people come together to like help build the Reach platform as well with the bounty hack.
Okay. If I was to give you the opportunity that you could do another bounty hack using the project that you've already created, but you would have to add functionality to it, and, you know, make it all pretty and really, and then push it to the main net. If you were given that opportunity, would you be interested?
Definitely. That would be fun.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great to know. Let me ask you this. Would you ever be interested in competing in a local or virtual hackathon on behalf of Reach?
Yeah, that would be great. If there's something that we can do to help organize a local hackathon, that would also be really interesting. I mean, Kaveri can do it in our college, and my company actually helps with hosting events. So that would actually be great. We'd be really interested.
That'd be fantastic. I'm like, I love it. And you both have mentioned that you would both be interested in being mentors as well.
Yeah, sure.
That's fantastic. I mean, really, I think the mentors are the secret sauce of the bounty hack, so that you just don't get lost. You know, sometimes you just need that extra hand to be like, this is the way, and then you're good. Do you know what I mean? What would you say to other women out there about learning about blockchain, you know, maybe joining one of our bounty hacks? What would you say to inspire other women?
I think learning new things is always great. And especially when you're already a developer or in the space, the computer science space, it makes sense to increase knowledge in terms of different languages, how different things are being built, what is going on in the world that you can help with or add real world application to, like you said earlier. Even if you aren't in the space, I think this is a great starting point. As in, you've learned, for example, you've learned JavaScript, it's a good starting point, but then you want to do something beyond that. And I think as a segue to something that you've already learned, it's a great way to do it, because you're making simple games, or you can make complicated things, but it's a good way to start with something simple, see how it's working. I think the best way to learn how to code is to see something work, right? You see something work and you're so happy about it. I mean, that's how Hello World came into place, because you see it work and you're like, this is so cool. So I think with that, at least, Reach is a great platform, because you see it work and it makes you really excited to see that. And it makes you wonder what else you can build with it. So definitely that.
Thank you. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
I think Kinaka said most of it, but I think having mentors in the female community is actually a great way for other people to like get into the entire space, because you can see that people have already done it, and it gives you more confidence that you can do it too. And I think having mentors with the bounty hack is also a great way to like get more people in the community and build things.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I want to say thank you so much. Number one, for putting yourselves first and participating, because that shows, you want to empower yourself. And that's a very exciting place to be. And number two, that you're willing to share your experiences with others is a gift. And I thank you for that. And I'm thrilled to hear that you're happy and that you want to continue being with the community and reaching out to others to show how we can all make blockchain boring and anyone can do it, right?
Yeah.
That's the idea. So I
Thank
want
you
to
so
thank
much
you.
for having us.
Oh, thank you
Thank you
too.
so much.
Thank you. And I wish you both a wonderful evening. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.